Valley Club, we got a boosted summon event coming up this Friday and a guaranteed event, very sweaty event for Shredder. We're gonna talk about these events, and if you're ready for them, you know what to do, Valley Club. Find that like button and let's go smash it. Welcome back to the ValleyFlyin Raid channel. I am ValleyFlyin. Hope you're having an excellent day. Yeah, we got some announcements today. We got a few reworks. We have a couple events coming up on Friday. One is one that was expected, a double summon. It is gonna be for Sacred Shards. There's gonna be a boosted drop for Raphael, and there's going to be a tournament, the Champ Chase tournament this week coming up for Granite Fusion Granite Doorkeep. It's going to have a reward. Top reward is going to be Shredder. Is it worth going for? We'll talk about it in this video. If you get some value from the video today, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you know as soon as a brand new Raid Shadow Legends video goes up. But before we get into the latest news, I do want to remind you, if you want to start off a brand new Raid Shadow Legends account, maybe starting off a second account, use the link in the description or that QR code up there to get off to one of the best starts for 2025. Triple legendary, triple epic start. You're going to start off with Karato Fox Hunter, and you're going to get some great epic characters at various levels, level 10, 20, 30. You're going to get Uugo, Zargala, and Tagoar, some great epic champs. Soon as you're done with the tutorial and you have Karato in your account, means that you've done use the link correctly. If you have something previously on your mobile device, you may have to go to your PC to start up a new account. When you get that login, then you could come back to your mobile device. But once you have Karato in your account, you've used the link correctly, and you can get one of these legendaries. Use this within the first 24 hours. I recommend using the Desert Queen code for 200, but Monkey King gives you Sun Wukong, great champ there. And then there is this guy, Michelangelo, 7-day login that everyone gets right now. So it is a great time to start Raid Shadow Legends. And coming up this Friday, there is gonna be a 2x chance from Sacred Shards. Normally, it's an 8% chance to get a legendary from a Sacred Shard, goes to 16% during this time. So it's a good time to open them, except if you are saving for Leonardo. It was kind of leaked that there's going to be an event for Leonardo probably coming next week. Plarium did say that there is an event for Leonardo, but the dates are not correct. So it could be coming up next week. We should get more information on the 3rd. So on this date that this launches, we should get a raid digest with more information on what is coming up, the turtle events, all described. But normally these are good things to hold and open your Sacred Shards for. You're going to get double chance to get a legendary character, against 16% chance to get a legendary character, and a lesser chance to get an epic. So normally it's a 94% chance to get an epic. Also, during this event, there is a chance to get Raphael from Sacred Shards. It's going to be a 10x event, and basically what that means, in that pool of all the legendary champs, there's going to be 10 copies of Raphael. So I think with all the legendary champs in the game right now, it works out to about a 5% chance. So if you get that 16% chance to get a legendary, there's a 5% chance that it could be Raphael. And Raphael is a great champ, but probably the least valuable of the turtles, because he's very conditional based on his berserk. But if you already have Michelangelo, maybe you already have the fusion for Donatello, a third turtle is very, very good. It's passive, like the rest of the turtles. Whenever Donatello, Leonardo, Michelangelo attacks, this champion will join in the attack. So yeah, the more turtles you have, the better they get. Place a berserk champion on this champ for 1 turn whenever a champ dies. So that's not that good. You do want him to be berserk, but you don't want a champ to die. 20% chance of getting extra turn when under a berserk debuff placed by this champion. Also attacks one enemy 3 times on his A3. Each hit will ignore 20% of the target's defense. Place a perfect veil buff and an unkillable buff on this champion for 2 turns if the target is killed. If the target survives, place a berserk debuff on this champion for 2 turns. Instead, this debuff cannot be blocked or resisted. So this is great. If the target survives, he's going to get that berserk, and then he's going to go crazy, especially with this A3. If it gets a kill, that is a great thing. That's a great thing if he gets a kill. Perfect veil, unkillable is great, but berserk probably a little better. So anyways, the A2 is where he's really going to shine as a damage dealer if he has that berserk. Will ignore shield and block debuffs champ if he's under that berserk. So yeah, shield, block damage, you're just ignoring that. So sometimes I run into that in an arena. I'm like, I wish I had someone that ignores that block damage debuffs. Well, if he has that berserk and on his A2, he will ignore that. He's not under a Berserk debuff placed by himself. The damage inflicted enemies under shield debuffs is increased by 50%. Each critical hit fuels this champ's turn meter by 10%, so that is great. And then it's based on attack, and then the A1 attacks one enemy 2 times, place a block revive debuff if the target is killed. Each critical hit fuels this champion's turn meter by 10%. Damage is based on attack. So either the A3, having someone not killed, he's not going to get the unkillable and the perfect veil, but he will get that Berserk, making this A2 much stronger. 3-turn cooldown when it's fully booked. Or if someone dies, he'll get that Berserk. That's probably the less ideal scenario, but really, really good champ when paired with other Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. On his own, he does need a lot of conditions to be very, very good, but assuming you went for the other turtles, this would be a good champ. But there is the leak that there is a a deck of fate for Leonardo or Raphael coming up. The dates, again, not confirmed, but it all but confirmed last week that there is going to be a deck of fate for Raphael. I'm saving my souls in anticipation for this. I did see a screenshot of someone getting an offer for some souls that had a Raphael screenshot of there. So it looks like it is coming, a soul event. We just don't know the date for that for Raphael. But also, there is a Champ Chase tournament to go along with the Granite Doorkeep Fusion that is coming up that we knew about. And if you're doing the Fusion, you're probably going to go for this Champ Chase. Now, I'm not doing the Fusion. I'm saving everything in anticipation for the events, the guaranteed events for Leonardo and the guaranteed events for Raphael. But coming up this Friday, October 3rd, they're planning to launch a Champ Chase tournament where you'll be able to get Glade Wolf, the rare champ for the Fusion. And you're gonna need, if you want to get the epic Hilda Arndaughter, that's the one I'm going for. I'm not going for the big Granite Doorkeep, but this epic champ Hilda looks pretty good. So hopefully by the end I'll have a few Glade Wolves and then a Hilda that I could use there. Also, if you manage to take first place on the leaderboard, so one person is gonna get that. You're gonna get the Fearsome Shredder. The minimum points for this tournament, it depends on your level, and you need to get the minimum points in order to get the Shredder. So if nobody in your tournament group gets enough points for that, nobody's gonna get it. But if you get the first place in that, you could get the Shredder. Now, I probably wouldn't do anything till the last minute. You know, some of these Champ Chase tournaments, you could be saving some champs. You know, I'm saving some champs, not for this Champ Chase tournament, not this Champ Chase, unless I'm looking at it and I can easily get it with some fusions. Probably not going to be with some fusions. I believe this is probably about 10,000 for the minimum from what I've seen before. It will be based on your level though, but you know, champs like this, if you have like some champs that you're waiting to fuse in your summon portal, maybe you can do the Rosin. You could score some points pretty quickly. Maybe you even have a Mikage that you're saving up, or some other champs that you just haven't pulled yet. Could be some big points right towards the end. So I would wait, see how competitive your tournament group is. I'm probably not gonna even do this. The Shredder would be cool, but probably the least valuable of the turtles. April does look like she has some use in the arena, and Shredder is a good champ. Let's go take a look at his kit because he's a good champ, but on paper he looks very, very good. His passive effect, decrease all incoming damage. This damage is split among allies except this champion. Increases champion's damage dealt by 15% for each dead ally. Whenever this champion loses 20% of their max health in one attack, 100% chance to evade the next attack. When this guaranteed evade activates, a perfect veil on this champion for 2 turns. Also has a 50% chance of placing True Fear debuff on all enemies for 1 turn. The True Fear cannot be resisted. So he needs to lose his HP, get the evade, and then he's gonna get that perfect veil and attacks all enemies before attacking. Steals buff from a single target. The effect cannot be resisted if this champion is under perfect veil, which would need some conditions as well. Will ignore 15% of each enemy's defense as well as a shield block damage buffs. If the champion is under a perfect veil or veil buff, we ignore 30% of each champion's defense instead. So very, very good if he does manage to get that veil. He's also going to have attacks all enemies 2 times with his A2. Each critical hit destroys the enemy's defense by 5%, stacks up to 30%. So again, sounds very, very good on paper. Each critical hit also increases his champ's max HP by 5%, stacks up to 30%, and his damage is based on HP. Each hit, 75% chance of placing a leech debuff. This debuff cannot be resisted if he's in our Veil or Perfect Veil, so maybe pairing him with someone like a Rector Draft would be good to really get all his use case out of him. And the A1 attacks one enemy 3 times. Second and third of all hits of this skill will ignore 5% and 10% of the target's defense, respectively. The second and third hits of this skill deal 10% and 20% more crit damage, respectively. So not a bad character, but for myself, not somebody that I want to risk potentially losing out on Leonardo, potentially losing out on Raphael during their guaranteed events. It should be coming sometime in October. Also in the news, we have some rebalance note for Torogrand the Conjoined and Fjord Wolfheart. So they're gonna have a fresh look for Torgon, a heal dealer, debuffing machine, powerful amplifier, and simply nice fella, or fellas, depending on how you see our handsome double-headed Orgarin. Or Orgarin, I think that's how I pronounce it. After the upcoming update, you'll definitely want to release him from the vault duty. His A3 now comes with improved turn meter boost, A2 condition for continuous heal, and that's not all. We've also ensured his A1 gives you a solid chance to keep your allies buffed. As for the passive, Torgon now increases all allies' HP with each of his active skills used. Additionally, your allies will use more damage if their HP is lower than enemy targets, and even so, and then some if the allies have more HP than the target. And then we have a rebalance for a mythical. I have 0 mythical, so this doesn't affect me, at least for right now. Maybe you have this character, but Fjord Wolfheart. Understand, not easy being polymorph in the magnet of ruthless PvP battles, so we're stepping the ease of the burden. First off, Fjord's freeze debuff is now guaranteed to land on Galen Pack champs with every skill that has this effect. In its first form, the A3 now deliver a chilling touch to his enemy's turn meter, decreasing it by 30% and even more against Galen Pack foes. On top of that, his passive now reacts when allies receive a debuff from enemies, giving you even more opportunities to freeze your opponents with no per turn limit on the effect. As a cherry on top, we boosted his base speed. So yeah, this mythical gets even better. Very, very jealous of everybody that has a mythical, especially early on having a mythical. The second form, both A2 and A3 have their damage boosted. A1 now brings ignored defense when increases the enemy, which increases if the enemy is frozen. And A3 can ignore block damage buff on frozen targets and offer a chance to freeze even more enemies after taking one down. As for a passive, finally feels complete after it's now granting a chance to freeze enemies whenever ally is killed. Freeze them and avenge your fallen. So both these characters got a lot better. I don't have either of these. Let me know down in the comments if you have either of these champs, and let me know if you're gonna pull any Sacred Shards this week. And I'm gonna hold off right now. Like I said, I do want to get Leonardo, but maybe the offer is tempting for you. Maybe you are going for the Granite Doorkeep fusion and you're needing to pull some champs just to get that, the rare champ for the fusion. Let me know what you're doing, Valley Club. Hopefully this video helps you, and if you got some value from the video, leave the video a like, check me out on social media, check out some of the other videos on the channel, and have a great rest of your day. If you guys want to start off that break count, I do want to remind you, use that QR code up there or the link in the description. See you guys next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Hulk fist bump, ValleyFlyin out. Take care, guys.